as Zero Chuck Norris kindly requested, we are going to be playing basic Trapper. These are perks that any Trapper should be able to level up even with no teachables. There are some other perks that you could go for. Agitation at level 3 is decent. Deerstalker, depending on your playstyle, could be good. Bitter Murmur with Noed at the end of the game can give you quite a bit of info. Thank you, Mashi. Welcome. Thank you so much for the 3 months. But I'm gonna pick this. We're gonna have Whispers, Brutal Strength, which is his own perk, Sloppy to slow down healing, and also Noid as a bit of a helping hand towards the end. Your general idea as a Trapper is to find places where people will loop you. One thing that I really like to do as well is to look at generators, look at hooks, and see the space in between. You know, space that I think people will travel, and put traps in right there. Those traps are for later. You're not gonna catch many people with those. They're there to catch... No. They're there to catch people who you hook on that hook later. Whispers is still off, which makes me think that they must have spawned there. That gen will probably be gone, but it's okay. I'll put this trap a little bit further out, actually. Around here. And you could trap the window. It's very predictable. Yep, that gen is gone. I personally will go for this one right here. The bait. People don't expect it as much. If you have dark traps, then that trap is much, much better. Whispers is finally on. This lets us know that we just bump into someone. My guess is that it's someone who finished that gen and was coming this way. Ideally, you want to set up a couple traps and just immediately chase someone. You will have perks available when you level up other killers, such as Corrupt Intervention, that allow you to, like, save the first early gens a little bit better. But without those perks, it's actually really, really tricky to save the first gen and still prepare. I still think you should prepare, but only a bit. Look at that. We have 2 traps. We're gonna bring her to our territory, or perimeter, if you will. And we also have a base one. You should always look out for the... let's not waste too much time, actually. We can't afford it. That was really, really close. Meg dropped with us, but she went outside. I'm gonna put a distraction trap. This trap right here is only meant to distract them from the other one to the left. When they disarm it and they think it's safe. Meg just gifted me something very valuable. Alright. I could break that pallet. But you know what else I could do? Drop right here. Now they can't use this pallet without disarming this. Alright, not gonna lie. This fucker knows where every single one of my traps is, so... Good job, Meg. Wow, that was just the other Meg. Well played. I am not very keen on letting them get away with this, though. I don't want to tell you to be a territorial asshole, but I think the occasion kind of calls for it. We have a trap here, one on the pallet that they cannot ever disarm, and one right here. The only way to get through some of these traps is with Dead Heart, and the window ones and pallet ones are actually unavoidable. I'm gonna hit her. If you have a survivor that's heading towards one of your traps, it's better to hit them and recycle the trap. You know, don't be, unless you're going for a challenge or something, don't be too eager to, you know, let them step on a trap, unless it's the life survivor or something. Okay, that person helped. They don't have time to pick her up, though. That was close. It's fine. We're gonna lock this place down with our traps. Because we have a bag, which is the add-on that I really recommend you use, we're in a better spot. Look at what we're gonna do. We're gonna vault this. We're gonna reopen this trap. It's gonna be in the same spot because they just... Nice. Okay, we're just gonna play cat and mouse here then. You guys are fucked. You can't pick her up! Oh dear. We reopen this one too. Now that someone stepped on that trap... Well, they lost the game right now. Right, okay. No, don't worry. I can pick her up and put her on the hook outside. You still can't do much, can you? Well, if you feel that confident. When you drop a survivor, they only get 25% progress towards their wiggle. Alright. I still think we can hook her. Right here. The one place that we haven't untrapped, is the window. So if I follow and I trap the window, they're locked in here. This drop pallet is really, really shitty for them right now. Oh dear. Hit. This trap moved too far away. We're gonna pick it up and reset it. And... Oh. Nope. 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 I think their stalker would have been better. Nope. Well, that's how to lock down a shack, for example. There are other buildings that are a little bit bigger and more complex, such as the Badham preschool basement, that are just as deadly as a shack. It's easy to get into, hard to get out, and that usually really works out. But yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. Dropping that pallet so early completely fucked them over, because now they couldn't disarm that trap easily. They had to vault over, step on it, or be from the inside. Same with the window. Window traps you cannot disarm. If I put this inside, they wouldn't be able to disarm it from the outside, so that might have been a play. And then this one is the only one I need to worry about. Oh hey, cool. We got a Kobe. It doesn't work. If you try to vault a window from the side, your character will vacuum and you will step on the trap. I've seen many traps that I think to myself, that trap is badly placed. If it's badly placed, try to vault it from the other side. But if you vault it from the same, you will die. I'm not surprised the Legacy mech had Unbreakable. I will show you one more thing though. Even though that's true for survivors, it's not true for the killer. So if you really want to like mindfuck a survivor, one thing you can do is go to a trap window, come from it from a 45-degree angle, vault it, and you'll be fine. If they do the same thing, they will not be fine. They'll be stuck on it. Anyway, I expect this mech to kill herself on the hook to give the hatch to the teammate. Well, it's a mech. Maybe that's giving her too much credit. So let's use Whispers to find out who the last person is. Whispers, on, off, on, off. It's definitely not the person on the hook. So this last mech is somewhere around here. If I don't see scratch marks, then it means she's probably to my left. Whisper's still on. She did have her own will, didn't she? Yeah, I see blood. She's here. Oh, blood. Whispers helps you at the start and at the end, mostly. I think it's very good on Trapper, because if you're standing still and you're just setting traps, you don't really know when survivors are gonna come at you. Some of them, they do gens and then let you set up. Some of them immediately come to harass you and, you know, explore the map. And Whispers, whichever case, it will let you know. If Whispers is off, you are almost guaranteed to be placing a trap that no one will see. Do watch out for people with Object of Obsession that can see you from far away. Do watch out for people with maps that can track, you know, bear traps. Do watch out for basically a million things. But yeah, that was a terrible, terrible game. I show you basically nothing, but we'll try, man. We'll try. GG, well played. We should probably do another one. You only got value from Whispers? No, Sloppy helped. And no, it didn't help. Brutal helped like 2%. And yeah, Whispers was okay. I've never seen anyone dominate like this with Trapper. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm sure these people are really, really good survivors, but all of that happened there was the result of their mistakes. I didn't do anything to be like, oh my god. I just unplayed them. They went down by the shack. Bad idea. They went down by a shack with a basement. They got greedy around the shack. The Meg, when I had someone down there, dropped the God pallet. And, you know, I could have been like, oh, I got brutal strength. Let me break it out of the way. I think keeping it down was a lot more powerful. And they just made a big blunder after another. And then when the other guys came in, you know, the game was obviously a little bit too inclined in our favor. But yeah, we'll try another game like this. A word about the add-ons, by the way. I recommend that you always run a bag. There's 3 bags, the purple, the yellow, and the green. Obviously, the higher the better, but I recommend that you run bags. The other add-ons that I recommend that will always be useful are the the setting speed add-ons. And if you're a more advanced rapper, then I recommend that you use the tire bottle. I think it's very good. Tips to end chases fast, please. Blast Stefan, that's really, really tricky. Depends a lot on the survivor that you're playing against, but I can try. The setting add-ons reset speed. Emperors, I've heard someone say they don't, so I don't know. Back's default, they should be default. Do you play in the mix? Ezreal, we played Pokemon on the side lately, but not at the moment. Alright, because that game was a bit of a shit show, we're trying this again. This map is actually a really, really good map to learn Trapper, in my opinion. You see that gen? Eventually I'll chase someone in that gen that will go to the shack. This is the path they might take. You see all these little trees? That might catch someone. Traps like that are great, but be warned, people will step on them randomly, you know? And if they step on them randomly, that means that you might be completely far away. The best tips that I can give you as a trapper is to stay close to your traps and also keep your traps close to themselves. Do spring bursts. Alright. This trap we said right there though is different. This is a looping trap. This is the kind of trap that they're more likely to step while they're looping you around a certain pallet. The idea is very simple and I'll walk you through it. We have a key here, by the way, to worry about. Yeah, spring burst, so not that hard. She just went by the basement again. This time we're not using any add-ons, as I said. Bag add-ons, setting speed add-ons, and the tire bottle, the green add-on that makes them darker, are the ones I recommend. Every other add-on is either bad or complex. Basement time again. That gen went by quickly. We'll put her in the back just to give us a bit more time. Always look at the chest. If the chest is open... Well, that fucking worked. She's too far. We're not guaranteed to get her, but she's injured. So if we get there, we'll have immediate pressure on her. Nice. This toolbox probably explains. Right, so... 2 ways to deal with the pallet. One way is to pre-trap it. Fucking Christ. To pre-trap it and have a trap in the grass around the tile to catch someone. Another one is to use traps during a chase. Using traps during a chase is really tricky because you can only hold one at a time without add-ons. But it goes a little bit like what I did with the Nancy. You go to a pallet and when you think they're gonna drop it... Thanks for the free pallet. When you think they're gonna drop it, then you set down a trap. You will avoid the stun. And on top of that, you can also... I don't want to set up a trap right now. This one, however, we could reset. I hope she doesn't see it. Oh, she's gotta see the red light there. Whatever. We can only carry one at a time, so this is the best thing we can do. We have 2 people there, though, that gifted us a fucking incredible drop. Oh, no way. Oh! Thank you. I'm not gonna lie, if I get someone in the basement, we can use that little technique again and use the drop pallet. But we've already shown how to do that. So yeah. The general thing that you do with Trapper is you look at a loop, and the loops always have the same grass, right? That's something important to clarify. The grass is always fixed. Like this grass that you see, it's always on this tile, always on the same spot. So once you learn it, you immediately know where to place it. So you think, where do people run me in this tile? And you find any spot that has grass, that has bubble, anything at all. Use that heart, you bitch. She used that heart, now she's dead. That heart can go through your traps, by the way. That's important to know. But yeah, you look at it, and you try to find which spots... I'm gonna put her there, actually, because I don't want her to see the prep that I'm gonna do. You put around it whatever spots you think people might step on. For example, this spot right here is very good. This is the one that caught one person. Another one that people don't rarely look is this little... This is the same tile as the other one. This little plant right here. That will catch someone. And once you have traps set, you want to actively push survivors into those traps. See? I chased from one side to the other. That was blood, by the way. Oh! Pretend to be boosted. Steps right on it. And that's the girl that was bleeding. I'm gonna go right for her. I'm slugging a little bit right now. She's got out on Will and was being really quiet. That was fucking close. Shit. Alright, I hook this girl on that hook. I pick up that trap and I go back and she's going back in the basement. I think she might be dead though. Alright, the heel and the hook. I could also put you in the basement, but I think that's a bit greedy. Let's just put you here. The traps that you use in a chase, that you just like set down immediately, those traps will be most likely disarmed and tampered with. And that is totally normal. Okay, had to make sure. Down she goes. Had to make sure she wouldn't get up. Get a quick kill. Back of the hook again. Fuck it. I think I could have made it to the basement without agitation, but I had to go through the back, so it was a bit icky. Right, so... one trap here. And if we had a bag like before, we could set up a second one right here and just make it really nasty. I'm looking at my traps right now. There's 2 traps there we haven't even touched. We've been playing with like 3 or 4 traps on it. And just replacing them here and there. Whispers is on. Which is letting me know. Okay, it's off. Right, okay. We're letting them have a fucking field day there. They have a lot of time to calm on this arm. We'll see how we can pressure this. Remember that survivors can do a lot of teamwork. The general idea for traps that you're not... like, not for the traps that you use during a chase, right? For the traps that... for the traps that you prepare, you want them to be there ahead of time. You want to take your survivors to your traps. Not your traps to your survivors. If I hook this Nia and I place 2 traps next to her, she is guaranteed to tell everybody, hey, there's a trap here. And those traps will not be effective. If I put a trap in a good spot, then I bring Nia to that spot slowly, they will fall for it. Even the person that got on hook will fall for it. I'm gonna do that and see if she runs away. Damn, would have been useful to have that trap armed right now. We got brutal, let's break this. I'll fake this out. Nice. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, we were a bit of a fucking saint living in that fucking basement and we might pay for it, but we do have Noid. So, if you think that the game might turn south a bit, and this game might, because we have like several people dead on hook, but no one's actually dead, you can do something that no other killer can, which is to delay the endgame by trapping exegates. No other killer can really do it like the Trapper. A Demogorgon, Hag, they can put portals or phantasm traps. It doesn't quite work the same though. Survivors can just crouch or ignore it. With the Trapper, they will have a much harder time doing that. Whispers on. I could be a little bitch and just camp her, make sure she dies, and then try to make a play with Noid. But it's not very sweet to do that, is it? Exactly is what we're gonna do. Come on, get the save, them punks. Let's get Hot Spring Booster. She's not brave enough to go for the rescue. Someone else will have to then. Notice that she's going to a part of the map where we have set 0 traps. Oh, fuck it. I'm just gonna swing. Where we have set 0 traps, we have broken 0 pallets. You don't want to chase people there. You ideally want to keep your traps close to each other, close to yourself, and close to like the 3 or 4 gens that you're kind of protected. Holy shit, dude. How is no one dead yet? So if someone gives you that kind of chase, leave them. If you got sloppy, sometimes it's a very good idea to just hit someone and let them do their fucking thing. The other exit gate is here. They're very close to each other, actually. Whispers is off, so we know no one's going to see us put this one down. Survivors sometimes step onto these traps. They try to activate the thing and it vacuums them into the lever. Put traps like that. You'd be surprised at how often, even without dark traps, you'd be surprised at how often those things work. Alright, that fucking blows. But we're gonna use Whispers to know what the hell is going on. And we're gonna start downing people. We are very far away from these exit gates though. Someone saw this. Fuck. Alright, we got 2 or 3 people around in this area. They're probably on comms. And if not... nice fucking try. Do you see that? I saw that. Really, dude? After I play this fucking fair? You're gonna DS into a locker? She went into that locker. If I grab her, she DS's me. Ugh. I'm fucking disgusted. I'm fucking disgusted. But whatever. She can't get out now without help. And if she's not on comms, she will not be able to get that help. Lucky for us, though. There you go. They have to tell us which gate they're opening. Now we have to count 20 seconds. In 20 seconds, they open that. And in 20 seconds, I think we have time to disrupt it. I think so. That girl still is in that fucking locker, believe it or not. She just came out. Alright, that's a comeback. She got helped immediately or escaped on her first attempt. I'm pretty sure every single one of these fuckers is dead on hook. So that should be 2 deads and maybe a third one if we're a bit lucky. Thank you. Where in the shit are you? There. Somewhere. Right. Remember, the other exit gate is it's trapped, so they can't open it. They can't also use the hatch because... Oh. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. You got me. You're amazing, dude. That is so fucking lame. I feel very disappointed, but whatever. The Sprint Burst DS. Whatever, whatever. We did good, though. And I think that was a lot more entertaining. She would have hit me with DS. That fucking blows. Try up. Yeah. Sometimes you just get up perked. The key that they brought, lucky for us, was just a green key, so we didn't have to worry about that. If you have a DS like that, you can hold them hostage in there. Unfortunately, she was really far away from the exit gate, so I had to choose whether I wanted to stay and kill her or try to get some other kills. Well, I'm glad to see one of them wasn't doing too many things. Who would have named themselves Finland employee like that? Oh, well. Some of the things that I think I should cover. Yeah. Whispers to help you know when the trap setting should stop at the start. Whispers to let you know where the hell you're going. Whispers at the end to make the best use of Noid if you've got nothing else. Whispers in a case you're in a 1v1 kind of a scenario where you have to find where the person is. It also works really well if you close the hatch. If you go to one exit gate, get close, Whispers is off. You can trap it, go to the other one, and just wait there until the trap goes off or until Whispers goes on, etc, etc, etc. It will give you a lot of information, and I think it's great. I still use it a lot for beginners. I think it's a must on Trapper. It will teach you how to play. Sloppy, Brutal, I don't think are that great. If you want to, you could replace Sloppy for Save the Best for Last, which is an amazing perk, and Brutal for Corrupt Intervention, and this build would be still very solid.
Been playing DBD for a little over
Hey, Stokers, thank you. That's very, very generous.
16 to 12 killer tour. Rank 1 killer in about a week after watching a lot of your videos.
That means a lot, man. My condolences for reaching rank 1. With the bag, we would have been able to lock down that shack a lot more. Without the bag, unfortunately, you can't carry as many traps. And also, this is very critical, you spawn with 1 fewer trap. This is not really explained. You don't know if, like, if you get 1 extra trap, is it picked up from the map? No, like, you spawn with it. So we would have had 1 extra trap to set around there, which would have been, I think, very, very useful this game. But hopefully this match kind of told you how to manage your traps as well. A little bit. You know, you down a person, you leave them slugged, you pick up a trap, you set it elsewhere, maybe you reset a trap that was touched. If the trap moved, then you won't be able to reset it on the exact same spot. One thing that we didn't cover that I think is very important. When you trap pallets, never trap them in the middle. If you trap a pallet in the middle, they won't be able to go through it outright, unless they have Dead Hard, then they can do whatever. But they can drop the pallet and then vault over it, and then your trap is useless. Put them at the very, 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 very edge of the pallet. Not too far, or they can squish through it, and not too close, or again, they can drop it and vault over. If you put it at the very edge, survivors who vault it will get caught, and survivors who try to get through will get caught as well. So do that. Do that a lot. And another thing that I could have mentioned, because we didn't really have time, when you chase a survivor, and you're on a particularly strong pallet, if they drop the pallet, you can do what I told you, which is to like pre-open the trap to avoid the stun. That's why I never run Enduring on my Trapper lately, because that's a little technique that you can do. And another thing you can do, you can just pretend to do that. Sometimes if you feel that the survivor that you're chasing is kind of panicky, you can begin to drop a trap. They will hear the little noise and even see you if the loop, you know, doesn't have any big walls, and they will run away immediately, and you can catch them. And that's something that will get you a ton of hits as a Trapper. Just like pretending to break a pallet is very useful as a killer in general. And I think that's pretty much all my basics, really. Unfortunately, you will lose a gen or two at the start if you prep with Trapper. Even if you don't prep, you will still lose a gen or two. That's just the way it is. Instead of Brutal or Sloppy, you could have slapped the old Ruin, and this build would be really good. and Trapper would have something. But yeah, make sure that you always carry a trap on hand to use it during a chase as much as you can, and don't do too much prep at the start. That's pretty much all I can summarize. You know, without going into massive details about each map and each add-on and everything for a beginner trapper. I hope that was worth it.